Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Boxing Scene's Top Stories, only on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. I am George Demetellus. Quick reminder to download the ProBox TV app, where apps are available to get the full ProBox TV experience, everything you need to know about the sweet science. Joining us here on Top Stories, we have our world champions at the ProBox TV Event Center ahead of Wednesday night fights. We have Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi, and a special guest, one of the best trainers in all of boxing, Jose Benavidez Sr., joining the champs at the ProBox TV Event Center. Chris and Paulie and Jose, the floor is yours.
Thanks, George. Jose, first of all, thank you for joining us. It's a real pleasure to have, as George said, one of the best trainers in the world today. Big announcement recently. Your son, David Benavidez, is taking on David Morel Jr. out of nowhere. It certainly seems, but maybe just talk to us about how this fight came to be, and I mean how big a fight this is.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for inviting me over to your show. It's a great set here. Super excited to be here for the first time. I was a little bit nervous. They canceled the fight. They moved it to this week, so yeah. Thank God everything's looking good. I was a little, when I got here, you know, on the way over here, I was looking around, but everything looks kind of good, man. Thank God everything looks good. I thought it was worse than I was watching on TV, so it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much. Super excited for David's next fight. It's going to be David Morel. Everybody's super excited about it. We've been trying to make that fight for almost 3 years, but I believe that David Morel needed a little bit more experience and show the world that he deserved this fight. And David called out Heyman and told him, hey, listen, I want this fight. Let's make it happen. And it got made right away. And super excited to fight a young talent, strong fighter. And I think it's going to be a tough fight.
Jose, is it at 175 or 168?
175.
175. Okay. So is David staying at 175 permanently now, or is that?
Well, that's the plan right now. There's nothing we could do at 168. There's nobody that we can fight at 68. Only Canelo. He doesn't want to take that fight. He wants $200 million to face David. I think that's ridiculous, you know. First, he was saying that David only offers 25 pounds the day of the fight, and he fought Berlanga, came out at 200 pounds. So yeah. I don't know what to tell you about that. You know, we're here trying to prove ourselves and continue working hard and looking for those opportunities. So hopefully now we could get an opportunity to fight Beterbiev. You know, he just won Saturday, so hopefully we could get that. But right now we're focused on David Morel. You know, we have to look impressive in order to go to the next level.
Has it been sort of frustrating? It almost seems like you get a lot of backlash from fans just for being in the same, having been around the same orbit as Canelo, just for trying to fight Canelo. I feel like, you know, when I look at, you know, fan reactions or reactions in general, there's a lot of backlash towards David simply for wanting to get the biggest fight for his career, simply for having beaten everybody and taken on everybody and beating everyone and saying, you know, I deserve this fight, it's for the title, and I should get it. How do you navigate that? Because it's weird to have to swim in a pool full of groupies, you know?
Well, to be honest with you, man, we're not frustrated, you know. I didn't know nothing about boxing at 26 years old. Now to be where we're at and mentioning David Benavidez, the name Benavidez, Jose Benavidez, and Canelo, to me that's huge, man. You know, I feel that we're still going to work hard. Hopefully we get an opportunity. We're waiting for 3 years. He was mandatory. Nothing happened. So at the end of the day, you know, we'll get our chance. I believe deep in my heart that things are going to line up and eventually we'll get our chance to fight for another world title. And hopefully that happens, you know. So we just got to stay focused, positive, and keep working and keep showing up and keep giving you guys good fights.
And something that I've always said about you guys, the way you move the way that a fighter wants to move, the way you want your champions to move. That, yeah, okay, like you said, we're not frustrated. We're just going to keep moving forward. And you moved up to 75. You fought Vazdik. That was a very tough out, very tough fight. He showed up. He was in fantastic shape. But now, once again, you're going right to another tough fight. A guy, David Morel, who's very avoided. And you guys are going right for it. And as Paulie always says, you know, you guys always want all the smoke. You know, so that just comes from, you know, how you guys came up, how you're in the gym, just how good you guys believe David is. Where does that come from?
Well, I think the reason,
because you don't see that these days.
No, yeah, the reason we didn't know nothing about boxing, so I feel that every day we got to keep proving ourselves. You know, just to make a statement. You know, and that's the only way we're going to do it. Because if we don't do it like that, we're not going to fight. So we have to fight whoever. You know, we got to fight anybody, and we're willing to do that. We're not afraid to put our undefeated record on the line to give you guys a good fight. And I believe that we want to make history. You know, we want to be like with the greatest, and to do that, you got to fight the best, and you get the respect of the people.
Let's look at the 175-pound division, Jose, because that's where you're probably going to wind up having a campaign, because this guy's not going to fight you. It's interesting, first off, that Morel and Benavidez, for me, were the two guys that Canelo probably was never going to fight at 168. So you fight the fight at 175, where now it has some impact in the light heavyweight division, and sort of creates sort of a semi-eliminator in a way. How did you see Beterbiev and Bivol, in the meantime? Because obviously you have one eye towards that fight, and you're looking to get the title shot, and that will probably be a champion that will eventually fight you.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's an easy fight to make, I believe, because Canelo has so much power, and we've seen that with the organizations. I don't think Bivol or Beterbiev have that power.
No, that's rare.
So I think, and these guys will fight anybody. So I think that's an easy fight to make, And
what did you think of the fight when they went?
I was really excited. I was waiting for that fight for a long, long time. It got postponed, and finally we got to see it. To me, it was a very close fight. It was a very entertaining fight, but nobody really got hurt. So in my opinion, I think it could have been a draw. I had Bivol winning by maybe 1 point.
So did I.
Yeah, same.
But at the end of the day, I'm not a judge. That's what I think, and that's what I seen. And
apparently, we know more than judges most of the time.
So when they were going to give the decision, Bivol won, no problem. He won. He won. Mm-hmm. Maybe give him a draw. Yeah. But when I heard that Beterbiev won,
does this get in the way now of you? Because here's the thing, right? You fight Morel. These guys possibly fight a rematch. Now Bivol, maybe he gets the rightful decision in the rematch, and now they're going to fight a third time. Does that put you guys again in a bad situation?
I don't even think about that. Like I said, we're not frustrated. We would do what we do. Timing is everything. If it meant to be, it meant to be. If not, why chase something that's never going to happen?
David's young, though, at least.
Yeah, he's young. He's 27 years old, and we got to be patient. But there's no frustration. David's doing good, making a lot of money. He's getting paid very well. So, yeah, we want to fight for those titles. At the end of the day, we want to get those titles, but sooner or later, Beterbiev is 42, 41. Yeah, Bivol is kind of 37, 30-some.
He's a little younger. I think he's 34.
34. So I think we are.
David's
only 27 years old. Mm-hmm. So I think at the end of the day, I think we are going to get an opportunity, and we just got to be patient. We got to get ready. Learn more, get more experience, and that's it.
Yeah, when you're willing to fight anybody, you don't get frustrated because you're ready to fight anybody. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of good names in the weight class. I want to go back to just the Bivol Beterbiev because obviously the fight just happened, and to your point, Champ, yeah, they may fight again. Most likely, there's going to be a rematch, if not a rubber match. Does either style preferential for you guys? If it was the Beterbiev versus Bivol,
there are different styles. I always said that I wanted to fight Bivol because he beat Canelo. He beat Artur Ramirez. So this will be the third Mexican that he will be facing. So that will make it more interesting. So Beterbiev, I don't even know who he fought. A Mexican that was good, So, but still, he's a dangerous fighter. Don't get me wrong. I would love to fight him tomorrow. Does it make sense? But at the end of the day, I think it will bring more excitement, and it will be like, okay, Canelo didn't want to fight David, but then he beat Bivol. We beat the one that beat the one, So to me, that's more satisfying and more interesting fight than. But either or, we could definitely fight.
And what else do you have going on? Obviously, David is the jewel of the stable here. But what else do you have going on now?
Well, I'm thankful to God. Like I said, I didn't know nothing about boxing until I was 26 years old. Now I started playing with managing. I managed David. I managed Jose Benavidez, Rayo Valenzuela, Diego Pacheco, Daniel Blancas, now Omar Salcido, and Daniel Blancas. So I'm managing some girls from Texas also that are, I got them 2 youth titles. I'm blessed, man. I can't ask God for anything more, man. It's like, wow, I can't even believe what's happening in our lives. And super happy, super thankful with the people, with all the support. And we're just got to continue working hard. And, it's not easy. We just got to get up there and hustle. And where I'm at, man, I never in my life dreamed that I was going to be here.
Salcido being on our Wednesday night fights.
That's a tough fight.
How do you?
That's a tough fight.
You got to give us a little preview.
This guy's only been working with me for like about 3 months and a half. When he was in camp for 2 weeks, they called us to give us the fight. I forgot the name of the guy, but the guy that knocked out H2O.
Oh yeah, Body.
Lucas Body.
Lucas
Yeah,
Body,
so they called us to fight that guy. Like right away, we said, yeah, let's make it happen. But he didn't want to take it, you know. So, but I thought that was going to be a tough fight. Then 2 weeks later comes the fight with Colbert. I was like, wow, I love Colbert, man. He's a great person. You know, I'm a big fan, and I said, why not? You know, we already fought with Rayo Valenzuela, and I think he's a big name still. You know, I think Salcido, nobody knows him. But they're going to know him after he fights Colbert. We got to look impressive. He's ready. He's strong. He's super hungry. He's young. He has all the experience, you know. So I hate to say it, but we are going to beat Colbert, you know. And we have to do that because at the end of the day, you know, I think that's another phase that you guys are going to see at 135.
Yeah, you got a hell of a stable right now. So actually, some of my favorite fighters. I love your son David Benavidez. Absolutely, Diego Pacheco is, I think, a rising star. And Rayo Valenzuela really came onto the scene. So keep doing the work that you're doing. It's obviously working.
I'm trying.
But thank you so much for joining us today and spending time and coming out to our facility. And best of luck in the fight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, champs, and thank you very much to Jose Benavidez Sr. for his information there. Looking forward to that fight between David Benavidez and David Morel in January 25th. Great stuff. And, of course, anything that happens in the career of David Benavidez, we'll have it for you here on Top Stories. Well, a quick reminder to scan the QR code, download the ProBox TV app where apps are available, like and subscribe, and comment to our YouTube channel. And don't forget tomorrow, Wednesday Night Fights, the best live fight series in all of boxing continues here on ProBox TV. And then a few days later, Tim Tszyu going for the IBF Super Welterweight title against Bakram Murtazaliev. You can see that on Amazon Prime this coming Saturday. We'll see if Tim Tszyu can bounce back from that loss from Sebastian Fundora and regain a world title. Should be interesting on Amazon Prime Video from Orlando. I am George Dmitry, and this is Boxing Scene's Top Stories.
Boxing superstar Tim Tszyu is coming to Prime Video. Don't miss this championship showdown as Tszyu takes on undefeated Murtazaliev for the Super Welterweight World title. Saturday, October 19th, streaming live exclusively on Prime Video for all Prime members.
Wednesday Night Fights.
Dynamite action on Wednesday Night Fights every other Wednesday on your boxing channel.
Coming up on your next Wednesday Night Fights, October 16th. Chris, Primetime Colbert, and Omar Super Salcido step into the ring for what is sure to be a barn burner. Live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City. Get your tickets at ProBoxTV.com or take your chances at the door. Wednesday Night Fights.
For more ProBox TV, scan the QR code on the screen or go to the App Store and Google Play. ProBox TV, your boxing channel.